So this is a mom and dad bluebird that is sitting in a tree about 25 feet away from a birdhouse where their babies are. I'm sitting way further away. I'm just on zoom lens here, and they are just sitting here watching over the nest and their babies. They have been spending the last 3 or 4 days going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to the nest, feeding the babies. We can hear the babies inside the birdhouse, and they're just taking turns. The mom will sit on the top of the birdhouse and the dad will go get food. Then the dad comes back, feeds the babies, sits on the top of the birdhouse, the mom leaves and go gets food. And they just have been alternating, and it just is so funny how human nature is so much like this. Here's the birdhouse is over here. The birdhouse is there. Oh, and there's the dad. He just left the tree that I was filming, and now he's feeding the babies inside the inside the birdhouse. So it's really kind of cool because we believe the same bluebird couple, because bluebirds mate for life, for the past 4 years. Oh, he just flew away. So now the mom will come any minute now. She's still up in the tree. And they have been building a nest inside of an actual bluebird house that we have that's up at Louisa Cottage. And they usually have their second brood in our yard in that bluebird house. Bluebirds usually have 2 to 3 broods a year. And this year we were doing a lot of construction up at Louisa Cottage, which is where that bluebird house is. And we were up there a lot, and I was concerned that they wouldn't come back to the yard. Although we do have another bluebird house in another location, and then we have this birdhouse that's not specifically for bluebirds. This is like a 2-family. It's like divided in half, so there's a hole on the back side of this birdhouse too, and some wrens. Oh, here comes the mom. Here she is. And wrens took up occupancy and built a nest and had babies in the backside. And so the bluebirds, which I'm so excited about, just found another location. And honestly, they probably bought up, because this is like the Cadillac of birdhouses, although I guess you could consider it an apartment. So you saw the dad leave and he left to go get food after feeding the babies. The mom watched over from that nearby tree, and now the mom has left and she's gone to go get food. It's a very cool thing. I feel very privileged to have these bluebirds in our yard and making babies, and I feed the bluebirds dried mealworm at feeders that are far away from the nesting boxes, so that they don't bring other predators to the nesting boxes. So it's in another area of my yard where all the food is for the birds. I don't bring food back here. But anyway, it's just a really cool thing to watch their habits. We've watched them all weekend long feeding their babies. Just reminded me of when my children were babies, and you were up all night, feeding them and stuff, and that's exactly what was going on here. So there's some youngins in there, and I'm sure they'll be fledging soon. I've only seen that one time out of all the years they've had babies here, so I'm hoping to see it again. But anyway, thought you'd enjoy that little story.